Hi there, Becca Neeson coming to you from the Femme Cycle Collab with another women-centric ZRL Recon for Danger Noodle, which is a scratch style race coming up on February 18th, 2025. If you don't recognize Danger Noodle, that's because it's not yet a route that you can choose, and make sure that you go and join an official Recon if you want to ride it before Tuesday. Here you see the Velo Viewer. That's going to give you an impression of the pitches throughout the course, and it wouldn't be my preference, but there's no other way to view the entire course profile at this point. You can see it's rolly, but not like last week, so don't worry. It's going to take a while, so for the lower categories, it'll probably take 70 minutes. For the upper categories, close to 50 minutes. And it's only going to matter what time you cross the finish line. So make sure that you go and look on the WTRL site where your team is in the league standings, and then make sure that you know who your competition is, and make sure you get 6 riders in there if you can. You're going to get a variety of power-ups that we'll go through in a second. And over the course, you're going to hit 413 meters of climbing. So there is quite a bit of it in there, even though the Velo Viewer looks like a snake. I'm back to my Pinarello Dogma with my disc wheels, because that's definitely the choice for this course, as aero as you can get. And my race song is Lioness, because I think of the women on my team as fierce and loyal and wonderful, and I think of Lioness says the same. So, and it has a good beat. So let's head to the course notes. You start in downtown, and you're going to go through the start banner and receive a feather immediately. You're going to go through the S's, and I think at this point almost everybody knows the S's, but my biggest recommendation is to not waste energy on the S's and on the bigger rollers later. You need to learn how to be efficient and use momentum in them. So as you come over a cap, you kind of spin up, so you're going above 100 RPM until you hit the bottom of the rolling part. And then as you go over the hill, your RPM will slow, but you won't have to do as big of a push if you do it that way. So you're going to go over the S's. There's one final kicker at the back, which is probably where most people will use their feather. I forgot to use mine and tried to use it before the sprint banner, and it was not enough to make that a viable choice. So you're going to go through the Italian villas and go up the draggy climb afterwards. You can also save your feather to use there if you have a hard time staying with the group, because the name of this game is going to be staying with the group as long as you can. You're going to take a turn before you hit the KOM reverse and go back through the S's. There is a 300-meter steep bit, and you want to make sure that you push over the top, because once the group starts rolling through those S's, you're going to have a hard time reattaching if you don't make it over the cap with them. You're going to hit the lap banner downtown at 7.3 kilometers, and you're going to get another feather. So at this point, you have already used your feather and you've already used your draft fan, and you want that feather for the climb up to the Titans Grove reverse KOM. You're going to go left off of Ocean Boulevard towards the desert pens, and then you're going to take a right at 9.7 kilometers and head up to the Titans Grove area. This is a long period of a draggy incline, and if we go back to the Velo Viewer, you can see that's starting around here and going all the way through here. And so you see there's no orange bits, but there's a hell of a lot of green and yellow, and it's going to be a push from most categories to try to shake off riders. So the S's are small rollies. The Titans Grove area are bigger rollies, and they get progressively larger as you go up. So in the beginning, you have maybe 50 meters up, 50 meters down. And then as you progress towards the KOM start banner, they get a little bigger. So make sure that you're paying attention to the groups around you. And depending on the composition of your team, like if you have all sprinters, maybe you want to not push the pace so that you can get your sprinters to the finish line so they can do their thing. If you don't have sprinters, then maybe you want to push the pace here to make sure that those sprinters can't latch back on. And if you do that, then you just have to make sure that you keep pushing through the Titans Grove banner and all the way down the descent on the other side. Once you hit the Titans Grove KOM reverse, you're going to get another anvil, or you're going to get your first anvil. You're going to get another power up. And then you're going to hit a rolling descent for about 5 kilometers. So if you're in a group, that's going to be great. If you're by yourself, you're going to want to try to group up. So once you get to the bottom, you go around the desert turnaround and you head back towards Titan Grove. And it's a rolly climb for the first 3 kilometers, and then you hit the KOM start banner. These are not segments, so I imagine they won't be as flat out as if it was a point style race. And the Titans Grove KOM is an average of 2.2% grade. So it's not a significant climb, but it is a 5-minute effort. And I would think if you are trying to break up the group further, then this is your spot to do so. You probably will have already used your anvil, hopefully, because there's really no place on this stretch to use it. And you're going to receive another anvil when you go through the banner. I don't like to use my power-ups when everybody else does, but in this instance, with anvils, if everybody presses it around you, it's really tough to counter that. And I think you burn more matches just trying to stay with a group in order to save your power-up than is reasonable. So I don't think it pays you back in the same way that if you were saving a feather, for instance. You're going to keep descending for about 5 kilometers as you head back towards Ocean Boulevard. And there are multiple places to use your anvil. So if you are not with a group when you go through that banner and you don't think you can catch a group, then you can maybe save it just in case you need that extra push, but don't save it for the finish line because I don't think that there's a significant enough grade for a significant enough amount of time to warrant doing that. So once you turn onto Ocean Boulevard, you are almost there, and it's the last kilometer of this entire series. So lay it all out there. And good luck to everybody. If you want the course notes, I'm happy to send them to you offline, and just drop me a comment. And good luck to everybody, and see you in the finals.